Have you ever wondered how you can group different types of information together in programming, just like you do in real life? In this video, we are going to explore a fascinating feature in VB.NET called Tuples, that does exactly that. Let's dive in and make this concept easy and fun to understand. What is a tuple? Imagine you have a magic box where you can put a book, a pen, and a banana all together. In the world of VB.NET, this magic box is known as a tuple. A tuple is a special container where you can store a mix of items. They can be numbers, words, dates, or anything else. Let's get a little deeper into how tuple works in VB.NET. A tuple is like a structured bag, where each pocket is designed to hold a specific type of item. In programming terms, each of these pockets is a slot that can contain a piece of data, and the type of data it can hold is defined by you, the programmer. In VB.NET, tuples come in different sizes. You can have a tuple with just one slot, like a single pocket bag, or you can have a tuple with 2, 3, up to 7 different slots for storing your items. These are called tuple classes, and they look something like this in code. Tuple of string integer, and so on up to 7 items. But what if you need more than 7 items? Well, VB.NET has got you covered. You can use the big brother of tuples, the following. This is a special kind of tuple that has an extra pocket at the end. This pocket is itself a tuple, which means you can nest another tuple inside it, like a small bag inside a bigger one. It's tuples all the way down. For example, if you want to store 8 different values, you would use this one. The 8th value is tucked away inside its own tuple, which is nested inside the main one. This way, you can keep adding more items by nesting more tuples. Let's create our first tuple in UiPath. First, we have to create a variable of type tuple. As you can see, we have the following classes. This is to store only one item, the next one to store 2 items, and so on. The last one is to store more than 7 items. Let's use this one for example to store 3 items. Now we have to choose what to put inside each item. We are going to drop in a text, a whole number, and a yes or no value. The variable is created and ready to use. Now, it's time to fill it up. We are going to use something called tuple.create to put our items in the box, in the order we decided, text, number, and then the yes or no value. That's it. We have packed our 3 things neatly into the tuple. Let's now see how to access the tuple values. Let's use write_line activity. In a tuple, each item has a special name, item 1, item 2, and so on. We have 3 properties now because we used tuple to hold 3 items. If we used a tuple to hold 5 items for instance, we will see 5 items properties, from item 1 to item 5, and so on. So, this one returns the first item from the variable myTuple. The other 2 activities are to return the other 2 elements. Let's run the code to check the result. As you can see, we got back our 3 values, just like we packed them. This is how to access tuple values. Let's now create another tuple variable to hold 8 items for example. We will create a new variable and select the type. To hold more than 7 items, we have to use this type. Let's use integer type for the first 7 items. Now the last one. Let's store string item for example. To do that, we have to select tuple type to hold only 1 item. In this way, we will have 7 plus 1 equals 8 items. If we need 9 items for instance, we have to select tuple with 2 items, and so on. Here we selected string type for the last item. So, we have a tuple to hold 8 items. The first 7 items are of type integer, and the last one is of type string. Let's now store values in this new variable. For the first 7 items we have to use integer values. Now the last item should be of type string. Here is a string value for the last one. In this way we added 8 values to this variable. Let's now see how to access the values, especially the last one. Let's use write_line activity again. Let's first print out a value from the first 7 values. As you can see, we have 7 properties now because we used tuple with 7 items. Let's print out the 5th item for example. Let's now see how to access the 8th item. For that there is a new property called rest. It's where we store any extras that don't fit in the main slots. This property has also other properties, in this case only item 1 because we use tuple to hold only one item. In this way we can access the 8th item. Let's execute the code to see the new result. As you can see, we got the number 5 from the first write line activity. And we got the name Max, which is the 8th item in the tuple. And that's how we make, fill, and check our tuples in UiPath. It's like packing for a trip with the perfect bag. And that's tuples for you. Just like our magic box, tuples in VB.net help us keep different pieces of information neatly together, making our programming life much easier and more organized. Remember, tuples are incredibly versatile and can be used in many different scenarios. So next time you are coding in VB.net, give tuples a try, and see how they can simplify your data handling.